Hello again. Over the last 20 years or so, Bonfire Night, otherwise known as Guy Fawkes Night, has been steadily declining in importance in Britain as Halloween becomes the most significant festival at this time of year instead. 50 years ago, Halloween was absolutely nothing in Britain. These days, it's more prominent than Guy Fawkes Night, really. It's the more ancient of the two special nights. Certainly, Guy Fawkes Night only dates from the 17th century, whereas Halloween has been around for thousands of years. It falls at the same time as the Celtic feast of Samhain. It was a time of year when bonfires were lit uh, for a reason which I'll go into in a moment. It's curious to note that in Britain the bonfires moved away from Halloween and then became popular more close to the midway point between the autumn equinox and winter solstice. The autumn equinox is that time in the autumn when the hours of daylight and the hours of night are precisely equal. And the winter solstice is, of course, when the hours of daylight reach their minimum. The midway point between those two falls on November the 7th generally, so Guy Fawkes Night is a little closer to the midway point than Halloween. The fires that were lit at that time of year were a symbolic way of prolonging the fading sun's heat and delaying the onset of winter. Like the other midway point between equinox and solstice, May Day, Samhain was marked by dressing up and disguise. Sometimes young people would black their faces and engage in a version of trick or treating. Before pumpkins became popular, turnips were used in this country to make jack-o'-lanterns. From that perspective, thinking of the calendar of the Celtic year, it's perfectly natural that Halloween should be of more significance than Bonfire Night. Even so, it's slightly sad to see Bonfire Night fading away in this as it is. This is because it is a purely British tradition, celebrating an episode in our history, whereas Halloween is a more general European and American festival. I wonder how long it is since viewers saw children in this country collecting penny for the guy. The tradition of children begging at this time of year has moved from standing at street corners to knocking on people's doors as a part of the trick-or-treating phenomenon. The decline of Bonfire Night has been officially recognised this year by the number of local authorities who have cancelled celebrations and firework displays on the grounds that they can't afford them. Among those authorities are Nottingham and Aberdeen. In some places, this is just really a continuation of what happened during COVID when such events were banned. Quite a few places haven't celebrated with firework displays since 2019. And in effect, the custom is falling out of favour. It's simply going to fall into disuse naturally. Especially since the millennium, it's more common to hear and see fireworks on New Year's Eve these days, which is close to the winter solstice, so that too makes sense. There's nobody really to blame for the fact that Guy Fawkes Night has been eclipsed by Halloween. It's probably because we like to copy American culture and customs too. And so as we became more Americanized and Disneyfied, it was only natural that trick-or-treating should replace penny for the guy. I simply feel a little nostalgic for things like cardboard Guy Fawkes masks, which were on sale in so many shops at this time of year, and the way that this little bit of our particularly national traditions have simply fallen by the wayside.